I'm David Keeler, and I'm going to show you the IntelliPuff pulse air tonometer, which is designed, as with all our products, in Windsor, England, and manufactured there. The IntelliPuff is our 5th generation pulse air, first introduced in 1987. With this instrument, there is a short form instruction, and on the one side, it will take you through the basic use of the instrument. On the other side is a very useful guide as to what you're going to see when you look through the instrument for taking a reading. And the top one of these, you're going to see the patient's eye with a black bar through it. And then as you get closer, you're going to see 2 green diodes. Then you're going to see 2 red bars. And then finally, once you're about an inch or so away from the cornea, you're going to see these crosshairs. Once those are in focus, then the instrument will fire automatically. There is no override. If you go too close to the patient's eye, then you will lose the crosshairs. Moving on to the console itself, there is a test eye at the top, and this is just for practice before you actually use it on a patient. Then below that is the on-off switch, and it will show the printer on if this green light is illuminated. Below that is the printer, paper, and it will print out after each use unless you turn the printer off. Moving on to the handpiece itself, it's lightweight, very well balanced, and on the front side here you've got the 2 alignment green diodes. On the top, there is a forehead steadier if you like to use a steadier for the patient rather than forming a bridge, which I'll show you in just a moment. On the other side, you've got the display at the top, which will show the status of the instrument. And then below that, you've got the diode showing left and right eye. Then the viewing optics is here. And below that, you've got the print button, so that you can press the print button or replace the instrument into the holster, and it will print out automatically. With the print button, you can change the function of the printer. If you want to turn it off, you press the ODOS button. The next one will be the buzzer, and if you want to turn this again on or off, use the bottom button here. Then you go to the IOP, it'll place it in the decimal point will be placed in a different position if you require. Again, that change is made with the bottom button here. And then finally, the last would be for the self-test. It's about a 45-second test to check calibration of the instrument. Below that, you've got right here on this button here will show you the review of each reading, and as you press this, it will bring up each individual reading, which is in fact a rolling reading. So the first is an original, and then it will be an average of each reading you take. If you hold this in, the pulse will come up here. This is a softer pulse. It broadens the parameters of the instrument and is very useful for difficult eyes, those that may have scarring, for instance. The other side, you've got the demo button, and this will demonstrate the puff to the patient, and again, against the back of their hand, they can get some sort of idea of what to expect. The bottom button here is ODOS, or left and right eye. This will show up on the printout. Also, with the buzzer, if you take 2 readings which are within 1 millimeter of mercury of each other, then you're going to hear a beep. If there is a rogue reading or an incorrect reading, then you're going to hear a longer type of beep. So now we'll go through the actual use of the IntelliPuff, and like our PSLs, it's easier to form a bridge between the instrument and the patient. You could use the forehead steadier here in this sort of format, and again steady it if you like between the patient and the instrument, or you can just push this in and just use the normal technique here. So we're now going to look through the viewing optics, and we're going to be looking for the green LEDs, and then the red bars, and then the crosshairs. So we come in, and we're seeing it. We got the crosshairs, and we got the reading. The reading, which is 11 in this case, is shown in the screen, in the display. Now, once I return the instrument to the holster, then we'll get the printout of 2 readings, 3, however many you take. Now, if you get 2 readings which are very similar, within plus or minus 1, then you'll hear a beep, and that's usually sufficient. If you don't, then you can go on to 3 readings or a maximum of 4. And then, again, you will see on the printout each individual reading. It's on a rolling scale, and it'll average. The last one is the average of all the readings. It'll also show left or right eye.